But first, here at 11, opioids and violent crime, something the city of Louisville unfortunately knows all too well. Good evening. I'm Lisa Hudson.
And I'm Doug Profit, and it's all going to play out tomorrow as the U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions will be in Louisville tomorrow. He's going to be talking about how the city can reduce violent crime and fight the drug crisis.
Yeah, Sessions will have the ear of at least one local mother who lost her son to gun violence. 11 at 11's Robert Bradfield is here now with her story.
Well, and she is one of many families here. We are specifically talking about Rhonda Mars, and she continues to have sleepless nights 5 years after her son Brian was shot and killed inside their home. His case remains unsolved, but Mars is hoping a trip to Louisville by the country's top law enforcement officer can change the tide in his cold case. 2012 wasn't kind to Rhonda Mars. Her 21-year-old son, Brian Lewis, was shot and killed inside their home on Bicknell Avenue.
They don't know if it was a mistaken identity on a house or a mistaken identity for somebody else.
Brian's death is one of more than 1,000 murders in Metro Louisville since the 2003 merger. His case remains unsolved.
I'd like to have answers just so I could be able to maybe sleep at night.
The Pegasus Institute of Louisville released this public policy research data late last year, focusing on how those deaths impact the community and their surviving loved ones.
To solve the violence in the city, there's going to need to be collaboration between the city and federal resources.
Pegasus Institute's co-executive director Josh Crawford plans to ask U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions for continued federal support. Louisville Metro Police currently work with the FBI, the DEA, the U.S. Marshals Service, and the ATF. Crawford believes those partnerships are necessary in preventing even more crime.
One of the really important things about the Attorney General being here is it's just further demonstration that there will be an active and continuing federal presence here in Louisville, and federal presence has been shown to deter some gang activity.
If Mars had a seat at the table, she'd ask for more police officers and homicide detectives. She believes more boots on the ground would prevent more parents from having to bury their children in them.
Anything to get the drugs and the violence off the streets to where, this don't happen to somebody else.
Now, Mars would also like to see more communication between families and police. She says she gets infrequent calls by detectives, or in fact has to make the calls herself to find out information on her son's case. Robert Bradfield, 11 at 11.